Hey everybody, we are getting to the end of week 3. We've just finished with the live session online, so it was really good to see some of you guys there, put some faces to the names. In this week's wrap-up video, I wanted to touch on 2 things. So obviously our topic for this week was the entrepreneurial mind. The biggest thing, I think, and most interesting thing about this week's discussion is that Eisenberg test. And the way that we all have, very clearly a different emotional response to how that test might make us feel. As I've sort of mentioned in the discussion, it definitely isn't about being a hard and fast rule around whether you, yes, should start your own business or no, shouldn't start your own business. It's much more, to be used as a point of reflection. It can even be used as a way to be able to, say, identify some of your strengths and some of your weaknesses, perhaps, in terms of those different areas. The other thing I really wanted to touch on was just, I guess, highlighting some of the fantastic discussion that we just had in that live session. So because we had a fairly small group, we were able to go through and use each person's, particular circumstances, their own research, what it was that they were, trying to do, the impact they were trying to have, and make a little bit of an action plan as to how to move forward. This to me is really the essence of the entrepreneurial mind. It's understanding what tools, what resources do we have at our fingertips right now in this moment, and what are we able to do with them. So across the board, with the people that we had in the session will be going up as well. So please jump on and have a listen to that, because I think it'll be really valuable for all of you. But particularly to do with, the field of research, whatever everyone's doing, it's quite likely that your time horizon could be, say, a year to 2 years before your research might be complete, before you might feel ready to be able to take that next step and try and actually progress some type of, business opportunity, some sort of venture. But what we sort of spent most of the session talking about today, and this is probably part of this like mindset shift almost that I'd like for you guys to take on board if you can. And that is using this time. So let's say your research isn't complete yet. You might not be totally across exactly what that value proposition might be. But in the meantime, what you are able to do is develop, relationships with key stakeholders, so that then when the time comes and you are ready to be able to launch the business, you've actually been getting to know them over this, period of time. You've been in touch with them, keeping them updated with your research, what you're finding out, with the potential opportunities, and you're also taking the chance to be able to get to know those people, those companies, and the problems that they're experiencing as well, so that then you'll be better positioned to be able to, say, pitch something to them, get some kind of partnership, some kind of contract in place when you're ready. So this to me is, really, the essence of the entrepreneurial mind. Understanding where are you at right now, even if you don't feel completely ready to be able to take those next steps, perhaps start having those meetings. It's about being a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit vulnerable, but getting yourself in the position like as best you possibly can, so that then when the moment comes, when the time arises, then you've got everything in place to be able to execute and take advantage. So that to me is that sort of my own opinion of what, the entrepreneurial mind means. And everyone's going to have their own individual view and their own individual opinion on that, which is completely fine. So that's it for this week, for week 3, entrepreneurial mind. Next week, we are talking all about creativity, ideas, and innovation. So I'll see you in the discussion then.